What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eye Bri back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 9, and the second half of Season 8. Trailer breakdown, sneak peek breakdown, discussion and preview, and obviously spoiler warning. So if you're not up to date of the show, you don't want to know, stop watching now. So Season 8, Episode 8 just ended yesterday for us in the States, and we got to wait till February 25th for the second half of Season 8. But first, guys, if you can, hit that subscribe button to help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. It will mean a lot to us. I mean, a whole lot. If you can, help us achieve our goal and stay in the know by subscribing. So let's talk about it, guys. So the sneak peek was of Rick's group in the sewers still. Dwight, Rosita, Michonne, they're working on some stuff. You can see Michonne is clearly upset there. Dwight's taking the lead to say, look, they're still up there. Negan is still outside of Alexandria or inside looking for them, and they have to do something about it. So Daryl has got his vest on right there. If you can see the shimmering shininess of the vest, pretty awesome. And I believe Rick is holding Judith in his hands, but we're also going to see the conclusion of Carl Grimes' final part on the show. 809 will be the last time we'll see Carl Grimes alive, and it's going to probably be the ending that Carl wants to tell Rick to say, look, you got to work it out with Negan, stay alive. It's not just about you and about them. It's about rebuilding the world and working together, which has been the focal point of Season 8, probably the second half of Season 8 as well. But Michonne and Rick are going to have to put down Carl. Who does it? Is it Michonne or Rick? And I could see either of them doing it, but I would actually think it would be Michonne to take that off of Rick and to have a loved one put Carl down anyway. And it sucks, though, to lose Carl and Chandler Riggs on the show. But Rick Grimes actor Andrew Lincoln opened up about the shocking departure of Riggs to an interview of comicbook.com. That's Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl Grimes. This was the hardest losing Steven was. The thought of the journey without Steven in the cast was unbearable, but I didn't see it coming, Lincoln said. So this is about Chandler Riggs, but he said Steven Yeun was previously the hardest person to lose. This is bigger than any other death that we've ever had, and we realize that as it plays out in the back 8, so the last 8 episodes of Season 8. The back 8 is completely different from the front 8. This episode happens and everything changes. We spin off into a completely different new world. So hopefully you don't give up on The Walking Dead, especially Season 8. So I know there's a lot of Carl fans out there. This has got to be Carl's grave. I just see it there. I highlighted it before the red gun, or the gun with the red box around it. And I believe that was Carl's gun. You see Rick is very upset. You see Michonne there as well. There's a grave across. I would just make sense to be that it's Carl's grave. I don't know who else died after all this, but they got to bury him, right? And to me, I think that's just Carl's gun with the silencer on it. Rick puts it away, and that's in the trailer for the second half of Season 8. To me, it looks like the same gun Carl has there without the silencer, and it should be sad. And it should be sad because losing Carl is very hard for all of us. So Rick and Michonne battle their way out of Alexandria. I'm just guessing the smoke clears, the fog clears, the smoke bombs are done. They got to rebuild. Probably stuff still on fire. Michonne is taking out walkers. Rick is probably taking out walkers too. Probably like 609, just like it was when they killed and cleared out all those walkers again. I'm sure it'll be callbacks again because remember, Season 8 is the callback season. So we got to move forward, onward, and upward. Michonne and the group are going to get out of the tunnels and eventually get out to wherever they got to go. It looks a little colder there based on the Rick Grimes jacket. He wouldn't be wearing that if it was hot, so it might be later in the season, towards the end of the season, where he's going somewhere in the woods, outside of the hilltop or somewhere. And that's where I think they end up going, to the hilltop, because it's safer there. And for some reason, that's not going to be destroyed this season, which is good. Walkers in the mud, in the muck. We'll see if anyone else goes down this season, but that's probably the biggest death that we'll have this season and maybe of the series. What do you think, guys? Sadiq and Daryl are walking through the mud and the muck, probably where the walkers are. Where they're going, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're trying to go their back way into Hilltop or Oceanside or where they're at, but we'll see Oceanside again, most likely. Rosita here is in a compromised position. You'll see a walker grabbing her on the right arm, and I don't think she gets scratched or bit or whatever. I think she sticks around. She's still got that bandage on her chest, so we'll see if she sticks around. I think so. Maggie at the hilltop looking at something. She's ready to fight. I think Maggie's one of the strongest characters, and if Rick loses Carl in 809, it's going to be a rough second half for Carl's loss to the group. I mean, come on, Maggie might not know about it for a while. Ezekiel, this is probably in 809 because it's probably going to pick up with Gavin and Ezekiel because it ended there in 808. You know, Carol and Morgan are going to help out Ezekiel. Ezekiel cannot die just like that with Gavin. I think Gavin needs to be taken out, and these saviors need to be taken out too. None of the lieutenants or any big characters of the saviors have been taken down. We're losing Abraham and Glenn and now Carl in this storyline. What about some saviors? Come on, Gimple. Let's give me some savior deaths. Then we got Morgan. Remember, Morgan's going to Fear the Walking Dead. So the second half of season 8, something big has to happen for Morgan for him to leave the group to go to Texas. That looks like Rick talking with Ezekiel, or that's Gavin talking with Ezekiel. I'm not sure exactly, but they are inside. Before they were outside, so something big happens with that. Simon and Negan are at the sanctuary. They leave Alexandria and go back. So I don't know what's up with these two. I assume Simon and Negan make it throughout the rest of season 8. Simon, I like Simon, say if he sticks around, but I would like to see him get wounded a little bit. He almost seems a little invincible. Also Negan as well. They're going somewhere. The van here with Gary and some guns, and they're loading up at the sanctuary. They're going to attack something and somewhere. Maybe they're going to the scavengers. They got to take them out, right? We have a whole Fate of the Scavengers video about that, so find out if they live or die in the second half of season 8. Negan here, this is a very interesting sequence because Negan is out here with 3 walkers, and there's the whole group that he's addressing of the saviors. But also who comes into the group is pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes down with right here. Dwight. Now, is he coming back in? Does he kill Laura? Because Laura knew about Dwight flip-flopping. So does she keep it on the download? Does she leave? Does she get killed? I'm very interested to find out. Simon and the saviors are chanting, Negan, Negan, do it for Negan. For some reason, are they taking out the scavengers? Possibly. Are they fighting somewhere else at the kingdom? I'm not sure. I like this sequence here if it's actually connected, where Negan says something over the walkie-talkie, but remember, Rick has a walkie-talkie as well. Are they communicating and talking crap? And Rick's like, nope, you're next, boy. I'm coming for you. And it better not be a letdown. I feel like if Carl can die, Negan can die in the same season, and it almost better happen now, because what's up with this? And this was in episode 801 where it's the flash forward sequence. And it doesn't make sense that Carl is dead now because what is this? It's all a figment of imagination. Why is Rick crying? Does it end with Rick giving mercy to Negan or not? Because if Carl can die, Negan shouldn't surely die. So we'll see how it goes down. What's up with all these things with the Trinity here in the glass? With Rick crying, Red Eye Rick, and what's he all upset about? Is he glad the war's over, that he gave mercy, and he actually listened to everybody? Will we see the rebuilding of Alexandria like this? Because that's Alexandria to me. Hilltop builders, they may come there and help out. It just seems that there's more space, more room. It was at the house that Rick was in. What happens with Mr. Negan? Is he going to be all smiles? Is he going to be kept alive? Is he going to be prisoner? Is he going to be taken out? I don't know, but if you can kill Carl, you can most certainly kill Negan. That's for sure. Even though Negan does bring a lot to the show, and so did Carl, but I'm linking the two, but they're two different characters altogether. I can't wait. How about you? Let me know your thoughts, and please don't give up on this show. It's still got a lot to offer. Give me a follow on Instagram and Twitter at the PT channel. We post stuff there all the time. The Walking Dead community Facebook page and a group, and a PT channel page on Facebook. We post cool stuff there all the time. Walking Dead mystery boxes going strong. $38, free shipping, 6 to 7 items, plus some surprises, some other good stuff. Walking Dead, awesome stuff like that. Put your order in today through PayPal. Message me if you're interested. $38, free shipping. Fight for Us is my book series. It's doing very well. And if you like the zombie apocalypse genre, The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Zombieland, stuff like that, it's a hodgepodge of all of that is loosely based about my life, my friends' lives, my parents, my family, all that good stuff. You'll like the book series, that's for sure. It's a lot of good stuff from a variety of zombie topics and books and stories and movies and everything all together in my series, Fight for Us, Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Kindle versions. Thanks, guys.